Hey, Chef K here. As I said, today we are taking your taste buds traveling to Greece. We're going Greek, baby. So we're first gonna start marinating our chicken souvlaki. We wanna get a nice marinade with lemon juice and some fresh garlic, some oregano, and some red onion. And that just goes into a baggie. We make it nice and easy. We're gonna cut it first into pieces for you. Always make sure you don't use a wooden board. You wanna make sure you use one that you can get good and wash. So you don't want it to get into the grains of the wood board. I'm gonna cut these guys because I'm gonna kebab them up whenever and you know, I like to joke around, by the way, and call it kebabs. See what I did there? Yeah. So we're gonna make some kebab souvlaki, and we're gonna cut our chicken into chunks here, and then we're gonna throw it into our baggie. And notice how I'm doing gloves, and that way I can go ahead and open the baggie with taking one glove off, get it opened up, and I didn't touch the chicken with this hand. Then we'll get it in there, do that, and move forward. Now, if you don't have gloves at home, it's okay. Just make sure that you're washing your hands really good, because you don't want to have to worry about any cross-contamination. So we've got that in there, pop the glove off, and now we're ready to bring all of our other ingredients. We're gonna do a little bit of garlic powder. We're gonna put fresh garlic in there too. So the big trick to this is to make sure that this is gonna be in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. You can do it for an hour or two, it's fine, and you wanna get all those flavors to go in here. As I always say, what? Make a party. You gotta let that oregano talk to the garlic's talking to the red onion's letting all the lemon juice take over, and it is a party. That's where they're gonna get all those flavors in there. So we're gonna throw in some red onion, just nice and chopped. You don't have to worry about it because you're gonna discard this once you get the chicken out. You're gonna get rid of it. So we're just gonna put some fresh garlic in there. And then we're gonna put our fresh squeezed lemon. And this is really nice because it goes together, as you can see, pretty easy. Get our lemon juice in there, very good. I'm gonna do another half. And you can, if you like it really lemony, I like it really citrusy, so you can put as much as you want in there. I'm gonna do the juice of a whole lemon here today, and then we'll close it up, stir it around, and throw it in the fridge and let it do its thing. Clean up here. So we wanna close that up. And you can just leave the baggie in the refrigerator once you've shaken it up and let it get all marinated in there. Nice, look at all those things. Ooh, oregano. See, it's already starting to party. We do a little dance. Ah, the Greek, hoppa! All right, we're dancing with the Greek style. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside for a minute, get rid of our board here, and I'm gonna talk to you about getting our moussaka ready. So I have an eggplant that I sliced, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. I've got it popped in there now. We just did some slices about this size right here, and I'm roasting it to get a nice roast on it. When I come back, I'm gonna show you how to assemble it. We'll put the moussaka together with the bechamel sauce on top that's creamy and delicious, pop it in the oven, and then it's gonna go and start getting all bubbly. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're over here at our stove. We're heating up our skillets. I'm gonna be making the red sauce, which is the meat sauce that goes in the moussaka, and the bechamel that's gonna top that off, a nice cheesy kind of French style sauce. So we're first gonna saute our veggies for our red sauce. And we'll just put a little olive oil in there. And I'm gonna bring in garlic and some mushrooms, some green pepper, and get those sauteed up. And start getting a nice cook on those, and then we'll add our tomato in, and I've browned just some regular beef. You just want to brown it, drain it, and then get it ready to go in your sauce. And you season it up with any of your oregano, any of that. We're going to put that as we do that in here, so you don't have to worry about it if you're browning your meat. It does season the meat as you go, and that's fine. So just go ahead and throw some in there. We're gonna wanna get a nice saute on that. While we're doing that, I'm gonna turn this down just a piece. We've got it nice and warm. And we're gonna start our bechamel as well. Once we get that flowing, just turn that heat down just a touch because we don't wanna burn our butter. The bechamel, we're gonna bring butter and flour first, kind of make it into a roux. And let me just see how we're looking. Very good. So we turn that down just a touch. Get your butter going in there. And then we want to throw in our flour while that's melting. We'll kind of whisk it together till we get a nice roux going there. Now I've warmed my milk and a heavy cream. I did a heavy cream and milk mixture, whole milk, and warmed it up. You see how we've got kind of the roux going there. Check whisk our stuff here, and we're ready for some tomato to hit that. That's our tomato puree, and then our tomatoes themselves. And we're gonna crank that down now that we've got everything in there. Very good. And then we're just gonna add our beef in and let that just do a little simmer. Let all those flavors go in together. I've got some oregano here that we're gonna sprinkle in with that. And then we're gonna add our warmed cream to this. We've got it where we browned it just a little bit at a time. We're gonna do that. We've cranked down our heat a little bit. Once we get this in, we're gonna try to get it nice and creamy. And we've got an egg yolk that when we pull this off the heat, we're gonna add just a little bit more of that. One egg yolk, you wanna separate it, don't get the white in there. Look at now, it's starting to get all together there. Do a little more butter with it. Good, nice. Got our tomato sauce working with our spices in there. We've got this really low because we just wanna let it start kind of creaming up together. When we remove it, we're gonna take it over here. I'm gonna add just a little more butter in it to really get kind of silky, and then we're gonna add that egg yolk in there. We're gonna take that off the heat here, and it's ready to start whisking in. We can add, if you need to add a little more cream to it, you can, which I have just a little bit here. We're gonna let that continue to simmer. Pop that off there. Get that butter in there. Now we're gonna start making that just nice and silky. And you want it to be not too runny because you don't want this one we're gonna put as a layer on the top of your dish on the moussaka. So you want it kind of to be like a thick, nice, creamy layer, but have that silky smoothness too, all at the same time. One little more butter, always better with a little butter, right? There we go, a little more cream in there, but you see how we've got it pretty thick? It's gonna lay right on top of that moussaka. Moussaka is a very famous dish over there. A lot of people, you'll find it, like I said, in almost every restaurant. It's a definite go-to, and if you get a chance, of course I'm helping you take your taste buds traveling while you're home to try these delicious dishes at home, yummaliciousness. But if you do get a chance to go over there, you gotta make sure that when I travel in Europe, I always wanna make sure whatever region I'm in, because they are famous for that. Whenever you're in a different region, Italy, France, Greece, everywhere, they always have their one specialty. So find out what it is, talk to the locals because they like to brag about it too. So have some fun with it. Okay, we've got this ready to go. It's beautiful. We're gonna add now our egg yolk. Just gonna whisk that in, break it up, whisk it in, and it just adds another little layer of creaminess to it. And the egg yolk is actually gonna help it kind of stay as a nice thick creamy sauce on top rather than running down through your vegetables and your beef mixture. And now we add our Parmesan cheese. Gotta get a little of that in there. Just some grated parm. Try to get as fresh as you can. Looks like our sauce has done well. We're gonna pull that off too, our tomato sauce. Beautiful. A little more cream in there, just a touch though, because I'm right about at the consistency that I want, okay? Now we're gonna put it together. So I've roasted my eggplant. Let me pop that out of here. Got it in the oven. Very good. We've got the roasted eggplant. And now it's time to assemble. So let me get things shifted around, clean up here a minute. So we've got all of our eggplant roasted. We've got our tomato sauce here with the beef in it, and then we've got our bechamel. We're ready to put this together. So we're gonna put in just eggplant. We're gonna layer them in here. And I did just a nice little coat of oil on the bottom just because you don't want to make sure you don't want to stick in anything. Gonna lay in our eggplant, one layer. Bring in our meat sauce. I'm gonna just bring that over here to this. Bring in our meat sauce across there. Nice. Look at that, looking good, looking good. We're gonna do another layer of our eggplant, top it with one last layer, and then our bechamel, that creamy cheesiness. Yeah, we're ready. Lay our other eggplant in. It's almost like a Greek lasagna, if you will, without the pasta. It's kind of fun. So got a little sticky there. So we're gonna lay that last layer of eggplant in. Very good, so there's your eggplant. One last little bit of the beef mixture. I'm just kind of, because I've got it and I don't want to waste it. You don't have to go this many layers if you want. You can stop at that second layer, but I've got it here, so I'm like, well, I might as well use it up. That's one thing that the Europeans, I tell you, they don't waste much. Even like the mamas and the grandmas when I was growing up in Italy, when they make a dish one day, there's one thing that they like to do. The next day, if they have day old bread, if they have anything, they turn it into a whole different dish. And it's amazing how passionate they can be about it. You wouldn't realize that you were really just eating leftovers. They turn it into something completely different. So we got that on there. And now we're gonna ladle this beautiful bechamel nice and thick so that it doesn't go melting down between everything. We're gonna go ahead and ladle that in on top. Just get it over here. Oh, look, it's mini me. Is it as busy as I am over here? So I had Doc Brick, one of my guys, he actually made, he's one of my fans, has been for a long time, actually works with and does stuff with Legos and made a mini me. It's not quite as busy as I have been today. Where is your bechamel? I don't know. Well, we'll get this all on here. And then I'll take a spatula and spread it. Once I get it all on here, nice, look at that, we're getting it nice and thick. Oh yeah, and you know what we're gonna have to do? We have to, again, put a little more cheese to this. I mean, we do like our cheese, right? There we go. Spread that around as your top layer there. And then we're gonna sprinkle just a little more of that Parmesan on there. And we're gonna pop this in a 350 oven for about 30 minutes till it gets nice and bubbly. Because remember, you've already pre-roasted your eggplant a little bit, so you want to make sure that you don't have to worry about roasting it too long because you don't want it to keep shrinking up on you there. So really what you're trying to do at this point is get your top layer of that cheese bubbly, because there's nothing raw in there right now. We've all had pre-roasted somewhat. So we're going to sprinkle that cheese on there, a little bit extra Parmesan, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. Then I'm gonna cook up my kebabs while this is cooking up and show you guys how to do a spinach orzo salad and the chicken souvlaki. And then we'll pull out that moussaka after everything's ready. And you know then what time it is? Time to eat Greek. So here we go, we're going Greek. And I've got my moussaka in the oven, roasting up. I can smell it already, getting bubbly and cheesy. But let's put something a little light with that. We're gonna do a nice spinach and orzo salad. Bringing in just a touch of a little feta, some tomatoes, cucumber, red onion, bringing all those flavors in, a little oregano, and then the fresh spinach. First though, you remember that chicken souvlaki? Well, I've put my chicken on little kebabs and we're gonna pop it in my favorite thing, my new toy, the air fryer, and then let that cook right up. We're just gonna let it roast up, pop it in here. And while we're making our salad and while the moussaka is finishing, we're gonna go ahead, cook these and make our salad. There it goes, very good. All right, we'll get rid of this guy in the sink. And we're ready to make our salad. So I've got orzo that I just prepared the way it says on the package. Then you want to run a little cold water over it because this is a salad. So you want to make sure you kind of run the cold water over. You can stick it in the fridge and chill it a little bit if you want. And then we go ahead and finish it up and dress it. Comes together pretty easy, pretty quick. Got some tomatoes we're going to throw in here. And you can use a little grape tomatoes. That's what I like to use just because it's easier to get that. And I just cut them in length, you know, half. We got a little bit of black olives, throw those in, red onion. It's just toss everything together basically. Just a quick and easy salad. Now I'm gonna use some fresh lime juice because that is what we like to do with the Greek food. That's what we do with a lot of the Italian food as well. You know, we just basically, fresh citrus is what we like to bring to it. Get a little of that in there. I'm gonna come in with a little bit of oregano. Now, you notice I'm not throwing salt in here. If you want to, as you sit down and you let this chill, because we're gonna stir it up, put it in the fridge and let it marinate a little bit together. If you want to, you can add salt when you want to get ready to taste it, because this is what we're bringing to it. It's feta cheese. That's gonna bring a little saltiness to it already for you. So go ahead and throw that in. And then for a little more acidity, I'm gonna throw in just some red wine vinegar. Very good. Just give that a toss. And it's very colorful, beautiful. Look at that. I know we're cooking Greek today, but I've almost made the Italian flag for you here. There we go, toss it good. Now you're gonna put this in the fridge, let it chill a little bit, cover it, bring it out, and you might wanna taste it. Make sure if you need a little more feta to there right before you serve it, or some more lemon juice, some more red wine vinegar. Just let your taste buds do what you want. Now I'm gonna bring a fun thing to the party today. We're gonna go ahead and put just some pink peppercorns in here. So they bring a nice, fun kind of, it's almost to me like a citrusy pepper flavor. So we're gonna put some of that in there too, just to flavor it up. Oh yeah. Stir that up. I'm gonna put just a little more of this feta to make it better. And we're ready to cover that up. Now we're gonna get our spinach in here. Just a rough chop on that. Nice and fresh. Toss that in. You got your feta, you got your spinach, you got your cucumber, tomato, all of that's going in to do what we like to do. Hoppa, let's make a party. Going Greek. All right, when I come back, we're gonna plate all this up. We're gonna have our souvlaki, our moussaka, our orzo salad on a plate, and it's time to feast, baby. Going Greek. Okay, it's time to pull out the moussaka and plate up. Here we go, let's take a look. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Are you guys coming over for lunch? I know you might be. Oh, that is gorgeous. That's just what we want, that nice bubbly top. Beautiful. So we're gonna let that set just a second, and then we'll see what we got over here. Oh yeah, we've got our souvlaki. So let's put that on our plate. Just put it right along there. That air fryer just does beautiful work. Those are lovely, look at that. Oh yeah. Now of course, what do I love to do? I'm gonna put a little fresh lemon juice on there. Pop that with a little bit of that. Some fresh parsley. Oh yeah. We're going Greek. I like it. So, you know, of course, one of my favorite movies is My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I love that movie. I love it when she does the line, the famous line, "He don't need meat. What? I'm making you lamb." Oh, I love it. I just like fall off the couch. I've watched it 1,000 times and still crack up. So you got some fresh parsley under there. You can take that and break it up as you're eating it and everything. Now we're gonna get into this moussaka. Take a little piece here. Cut across in here. It's looking good. Very good. Get in there, cut that down. Make sure you cut eggplant. Want to get that nice, it's ooey gooey. Yeah, there it goes. Ooh. Oh yeah, very good. Oh my goodness, that looks delicious. So we've got that there. We've got our souvlaki. We've got our moussaka. We've got our orzo salad. Look at that. Nice little touch to finish it up. Everything's looking beautiful. Look at the colors. You just almost, I bet you almost can smell that freshness through the TV. So let's try it out. Thank you for going Greek with me. What do you think, Mini-Me over there? What do you think? How'd we do? Huh? We were doing pretty good. Mini-Me's working hard too. So here we go. A little try of our souvlaki. Thanks for going Greek with me. It's time to take bites, and you know I gotta stop after that. Travel with me next time. We'll see where we go.